everybody, and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. It is now the first of our 2-day cooking festival. We will be cooking up an entree today and a dessert tomorrow. And one of the things that I noticed is that this game doesn't cycle between all of the different categories of food. It always seems to just be the entree category followed by desserts. And I found that kind of interesting because you can cook the same thing every year and win. So it kind of eliminates some of the challenge in having to come up with something different each year, but we were not able to win last year due to having limited ingredients, but that's not going to be a problem for us this year, so I guess I shouldn't really complain. I should just be happy that it'll be easy for me to win every year, because both of our dishes are going to be using up milk and eggs, and by this time we've managed to raise multiple cows and multiple chickens, and we're getting lots of high quality ingredients. So definitely not an issue for us. I am running out of milk though, because I have been doing my own cooking on the side. I went ahead and started cooking some more recipes on my own off screen, but I have made note of the ones that I've made, and most of these I can either show how they're made in the recipe book or we can make them again. I didn't go too crazy, and there are also lots of things that I'm missing. So go ahead and put all my stuff away here. I'm still left with a decent amount of eggs and milk. And despite doing a little bit of cooking and managing to fill out a couple of these categories, we're now at 7 out of 10 salads. Didn't get very far with soup, but increasing a little bit in the appetizer category. The main dish category still is incredibly empty. I've only managed to make spaghetti. Was the one and only dish that I actually added to this long list of dishes in this category. And what we are going to make to bring to the festival today is an omelet. I've tested this out, it will work. We just want to make sure that we're using the highest quality eggs and milk that we're able to, because we are only able to put in oil that has a 1/2 star rating. So if I use a 5-star milk and a 5-star egg, I'm able to get an omelet that is worth 4.5 stars. And this should have us winning with absolutely no issues whatsoever. And I honestly don't remember if we got the chance to enter that last year or not. I know that we entered one of the categories. I can't remember if we entered both or not, but we did not win a prize. This year I'm a little bit more hopeful. I think we should be able to actually get both of the prizes for both days. Now, Felix will not allow us to present his dish until around noon. So this is a great time just to kill a little bit of time until that point. Because I've got lots of stuff coming in today. More yams. More eggplant. And I wonder if anything else has come in. I'll go check my other fields, and if not, I will just water. But it looks like I've got a full field of peppers as well. And look at that, my cauliflower actually came in. That is the first time I've grown my own cauliflower. And it looks like I have a mix of 4-star and 3.5-star quality. So I'll probably take the 2 higher grade ones and turn them into seeds. Those should sell for a pretty decent amount of money at the bazaar. I will probably keep a couple. I'm sure that there are some dishes that we can cook. And then I will also keep a couple to make into seeds as well. I'm pretty sure that if I planted those again within the next couple of days, that I could get a second harvest of them. I'll worry about the rest later. But that's good timing for those coming in, because it means that we'll have more of those for the upcoming bazaar in a few days from now. You can see I've also got some carrots here. I've also got some spinach. I've been turning my yellow peppers into seeds, so I can work that number back up. Just go ahead and put a few things into storage for now. And in order to make a little bit of room, I'm going to bring out my flowers. I think between the blue and the red flowers, I should be able to give almost every single person a present. And it's a good time for giving gifts, because I'll have 2 days back to back where I can really go in and give the townspeople some presents. And I don't really have a lot of need for flowers anymore. Now that I'm married, I'm not saving my flowers to give as gifts. And I'm short all the necessary flowers in order to make perfume and things like that. So it's probably a good idea for me to actually just start giving these out. Clear myself out a little bit of space. And I do still have time to pick more of those if I find them, the blue and the red, out in the wild. Also noticing that Freya isn't here. I don't know why she would just stay home and not participate. Stuff like that is kind of a disappointment. Now that we've married her, her not showing up to a festival that she's been showing up for since day one, that's a little bit weird to me. But I guess maybe she's just having a nice, relaxing day at home. That got rid of a lot of my flowers pretty quickly now, didn't it? I can keep those in my inventory, and I can bring them again tomorrow. I should also sneak in and give Raoul a gift. Since he likes red flowers, and I've got to get rid of them anyways. Alright. So, I have my beautiful omelet here. We'll go ahead and present this to Felix. And My fingers are crossed this time that Pierre is maybe going to look at our dish a little bit more favorably. He's not going to be so critical. And it looks like Ethel is entering this year with a mixed rice. A gentle dish. It's a dish I learned from my mother. It tastes like home cooking. Next dish, please. Oh, Felix is entering this year, but Pierre doesn't seem so impressed. This is egg rice, I think. With plenty of hot sauce, it's a good, manly dish. It's not bad, but let's move on. Oh boy. He was very enthusiastic about it. This milk stew. Only fresh milk could bring out this taste. The harmony of flavors is fantastic. I love it. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's delightful. Thank you. Probably our biggest competition. Nellie seems like she's a pretty solid cook. Excellent. Only the finest ingredients and the highest skill could bring out a taste that is as magnificent as this. Bravo. Oh, well, thank you. You are correct. I did use very high quality ingredients. I'm glad that that comes through. Based on taste, smell, and presentation, the winner is Nick. So first place prize for winning in the entree category today is going to be a truffle. Thank you for a wonderful meal. Pierre, thank you so much. I'll look forward to tomorrow's dessert festival as well. I question whether Felix is taking Freya's place now that she's married to us, because if I recall correctly, Freya was kind of the one who was entering the competition as the person who couldn't cook. Which is great for us, I guess. Hooray. So I'm not sure if that's the reasoning, but I'm glad that we were able to win. Now, truffles can be purchased from Felix's shop during the fall, I think. And I have to look into whether this is really used in a lot of cooking, or if it's really anything special, or if it's just something that's almost like a bit of a novelty. So we've bagged ourselves our first place prize for today. We've gotten ourselves a lot of friendship points with all of the villagers who are here today. And we can go into tomorrow's dessert festival. I've made a save that I can load closer to when the competition starts, and we will go and participate in the second half of this festival. Okay, so here I am on the 16th, right around noon, so we can go right to the festival. But first, we are going to cook the dish which will get us first place at our dessert portion of this festival as well. We're just going to go with a simple pudding. A dish that we have been making throughout the course of this game. A very, very simple one, but a great choice. Because if you've been raising animals and you've had animals for quite a while, you're probably like me. You probably have a pretty big surplus of milk and eggs. And the longer you have animals, the more their friendship increases. So our pudding that we're bringing along today is actually 5 stars, the highest quality dish that you can make. And because our 4.5-star dish won yesterday, there is really no question that we're going to be able to win today, which is fantastic. Even though our dishes are very plain. And I did look into this when I was reviewing this festival again, once it had rolled around for a second time. Because every game seems to be different. There are other Harvest Moon games where it depends on the complexity of your recipe. So in this game, for example, you can add certain things into some of your dishes that sort of make them more complex. But you don't have to do that here. It only goes entirely by quality. So once again kind of removes a layer of challenge from this competition, because you can enter something really, really basic, like what I've done. But I'm okay with that. It does feel good to win. And because they don't change categories and they don't really change things up, once you know what you want to cook, you just enter the same thing year after year. I think that's pretty much all the gifts that I wanted to give out. I guess I missed out giving something to Isaac here. But that's okay. I did have his favorite gift that I gave him for a few days, which really increased his friendship, so we're just gonna go on in with our pudding. Same competitors. I don't know if it was the same competitors last year. I know Felix didn't compete last year, but I have a feeling that Claire can also be a contestant. So we'll start with Ethel. It looks like she's made the same thing as we did. Yeah, she also made pudding. It's very good and very tasty. The creamy texture is an absolute delight on my tongue. Mouthfeel is a thing. Absolutely. I make it for my customers. I hope they enjoy it as much as I do. Next dish, please. What is that? It kind of looks shiny. It looks like a mirror to me, kind of. But apparently it's toasted rice candy. Yep, just toast and it's done. Perfect, right? I see. It tastes fine, but let's move on. I mean, at least his dishes are passable. Wow, now that looks delicious. That looks like a beautiful cake with like magnificent frosting and topped with berries. Wow. I really put a lot of effort into making it. A wonderful dessert. Next dish, please. fantastic. This dessert makes me happy just by eating it. The sweetness is perfect and it smells transcendent. Perfection. Wow, you had a lot of big words to say about our very, very simple dish. I almost feel bad for Nellie because I think her dishes probably looked better and were definitely more complex, but we win again. For what it's worth, I think Nellie got robbed. I actually owe you a special congratulations. Since you won again, I have another reward for you. It's a pink diamond. Ooh. That is a fantastic prize. If you hadn't won the first leg of that competition, you would have gotten a tea can for winning this second portion, but because we were able to win both, Pierre gave us basically what the grand prize is, which is this pink diamond, and that is an extremely, extremely rare, valuable jewel, because the only other way to get this is to play the super lucky lotto at the bazaar, and if we recall, that's the one that requires us to use our different coins to enter, and you would only get this for winning first place, not the grand prize, but within the highest tier of prizes, so it would be completely chance-based and definitely not something that is easy to come across. The cooking festival is the only surefire way to get this if you are able to win on both days. This is pretty expensive just to sell on its own, and it is used in only one recipe. There is a single recipe here that we can use, and it is to make it into a brooch. Now, I will probably end up doing this just because this is going to skyrocket its value even further than if I were to just sell it on its own. So the biggest value is just to sell it. There's nothing else special that it's really used for, but it's nice that we were recognized for our culinary abilities and were able to bring home both prizes today, and we would have gotten a pretty whopping amount of friendship as well, because we would have gotten about 1,000 points per day for winning, on top of me talking to and giving gifts to all of the villagers as well. So very happy that we were able to really redeem ourselves a little bit from last year. And that is yet another festival where we've had much better luck going into year 2. So now we are coming up on our bazaar tomorrow, and hopefully I can get rid of some of the stuff in my inventory. I have a lot of single items just because I've been making one of everything just so I can get everything added to the recipe book and to have things filled out. I'm also growing some potatoes down here in the basement right now. There are a lot of dishes that I can make with what I have on me at the moment that requires potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait a couple of days for those to come in and fill out my book a little bit more. And maybe at that point I'll do a little bit more cooking. I did kind of plan to do some cooking in this video, but doing both competitions actually took up more video time than I thought it would, so that is definitely something that I can save for a future video. And I am also going to up my supply of things like butter and cheese for that time as well, so I have some more options of other things that we can cook. I'm going to just finish off my day today, and I will return tomorrow, and we will try our luck at the bazaar and see how we do this week. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.